Cities grapple with funding. Sandy's legacy, higher home prices. Health site stymied by lack of direction. Do any of these headlines capture your attention?
Sandy.
The word Sandy.
Yeah.
Do you have an idea what the article is going to be about?
Probably the loss of housing due to Hurricane Sandy.
Okay, and that the homes are going to be more expensive, right, because of Sandy, right? So, headlining. Newspapers do it all the time, and what we need to learn to do, because all day we're asked questions that we're not expecting, is we need to learn how to organize our message for an impromptu response. And we're going to do that through headlining. Okay? So, our subject today is to organize the message, the impromptu message. First objective is to develop an impromptu speaking technique, which I will clearly give you. And then we're going to use this technique of headlining, okay, to start and finish your response. And finally, we want to make sure that you give a meaningful response. So it's not enough to understand what the techniques are and to use the headline, but in the middle, you have to say something meaningful, okay?
Right.
Now, let me ask you a question. How many questions do you get asked in a day?
Dozens.
Dozens. And are some of them easier than others to answer?
Absolutely.
What makes for a difficult question?
Where I don't know the answer or a topic I'm not familiar with.
Okay. Okay, good. So, what you need to do and what we're going to practice is you need to be able to think on your feet. To be able to think on your feet, come up with some kind of opening that frames what you're going to say, states your opinion, and then you need to back that up somehow, and then you need to state it again. And it all happens very quickly. Where do we usually have these types of questions at work? Where do they happen?
At the desk, in meetings.
In the hallway, in the elevator,
yeah.
Right? So we know that it has to move quickly. The person's not looking for a lecture, right?
Right.
So to the point, something meaningful, to the point. So we're going to use headlining to bookend what we're saying, and we're going to say something meaningful in the middle. So that's what we're going to do today. Are you ready for that?
Sure.
So what I want you to do is I want you to think of 2 business-related questions and 2 non-business-related questions that start with this. What are the benefits of? For your business questions, because they will be for me, see if you can either put them in the training industry or more generally related to business or training, something like that. And I have some questions for you, okay? So, 4 questions. What are the benefits of eating at home? What are the benefits of being part of the union? What are the benefits of, okay, so I want you to take a moment and jot down 2 business, 2 non-business questions. Okay, good. So I'm going to demonstrate for you in the best way that I can how to give an impromptu response using a headline, giving some meaning in the middle, and then finishing with a headline, okay? So I'm going to see what I can do. So I want you to, what are the benefits of, and ask me one of your questions.
What are the benefits of eating healthy?
I think the most important benefit of eating healthy is that you feel good. When you feel good, that means you have more energy, it means you have less mood swings, and it means that you can get more done in the day. So for me, I would say that eating healthy really is about feeling good. What did you think of that response?
I thought you did great.
What made it great?
Well, you start out saying eating healthy, and then I heard 3 good reasons why you should do it. So I think you got the point across.
How long do you think I spoke?
I would say 20 seconds.
Maximum,
seconds.
right?
Yeah.
Maximum.
Right.
But there was something meaningful.
Right.
There was something meaningful that I gave you.
Right.
And I changed the headline a little bit at the end, just so it was slightly different. Why do I have to repeat my opinion twice in such a short message.
You're underlining your point. You're underlining the theme
Right.
of what you're trying to get across.
Okay, good. I like this word, theme. You teach classes, right?
Right.
And you get asked a lot of questions?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Would it be nice for you to be able to respond with a theme for your short answers?
Yeah, it would definitely be better to be able to quickly respond in a structured way, or at least have a strategy for that.
Oh, good. Well, I want to give you a strategy. I want to give you a clear structure with steps on how to do that. So let's come over to the board. I want you to bring your paper. We're going to play a little game, and we're going to practice, and you're going to practice learning and using headlining and giving meaningful messages. All right, come on over here. Grab your paper. Here we have the very simple structure for organizing your impromptu response. We have the headline. We said we start with the headline, we finish with the headline. You used another word today for that. What was it?
Theme.
A theme. To be able to have a theme when you're giving an impromptu response. Very good. So you're going to start with the theme and you're going to finish with the theme. Okay? But in the middle, you need to give a meaningful response. All right? We do that by backing it up or making it colorful. What did I do when I backed up my answer about healthy eating? What did I do?
You listed some of the benefits from healthy eating.
Yeah, so I made a very, systematic list, right? 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Systematic, back it up, give a fact, a statistic, a list like that. Mm-hmm. What are other ways of making your response colorful? So you're saying something more about the theme.
I guess you could give an example.
Okay, you can give an example. What else can you do?
You could tell a personal story.
Okay, so you can personalize, right? And when you say story, you can tell an anecdote, right? So there are different ways of showing the meaning in the message. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we finish with the theme. So this is what we're going to practice, and we're going to practice that with our questions that we created for each other. And what I'm going to do is, because I already demonstrated over there the first one, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to toss you the basketball, and I want you to respond. I want you to stay as calm and cool as you can and remember this technique. But again, talk to me, stay engaged with me while at the same time trying to give me a response, okay? All right, okay. So we're gonna use our questions that we created. What are the benefits of? Okay, so here's the first question for you. What are the benefits of having good friends? Here you go.
The benefits of having good friends are many. Friends help fill out your life, they help back you up, and they just broaden your horizons. So there are many benefits to having good friends.
Good. How did you do?
Okay.
Yeah. What happened in the beginning? How did it transition? I mean, tell me your experience.
I had to realize the theme that you gave me. And then I had to quickly think of reasons what the benefits were of having good friends.
And you made that all up as you went along?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, right.
And then by the end, you realized that you had said something substantial, and you just repeated that there are many different, benefits of having good friends. Right? So you reiterated your theme.
Right.
Okay, good. We're going to try it again. You're going to get better at it, okay?
Okay.
You can have a look to see, or if you already know, you can go ahead and ask me a question and toss me the basketball.
What are the benefits of tracking your expenses?
Tracking your expenses can be very rewarding. And I tell you a little story because there are many times in my life where I did not track my expenses. And then there were other times in my life where I did track my expenses. And every time I track my personal expenses, I just feel better about myself. And so I think that really when you track your personal expenses, you just feel better about yourself. Now, did you notice, because quite honestly I don't remember, if I used the same headline? Was it about feeling better about yourself? Was that my original headline?
No, I think you started out tracking expenses is very rewarding or something.
Okay,
along
good.
those lines.
Okay, good.
Right.
So I used the word rewarding,
Uh-huh.
and then at the end, I said it can make you feel good about yourself, right? So it
Right.
was slightly different. There was still a relationship, but was I convincing?
Yeah, I thought so.
What was convincing about it?
It sounded personal.
Okay, so I told the fact that I used something personal pulled you in, right?
Right.
Okay, I think what's important here is that even when I got to the end, I want you to know that I wasn't sure what I had said originally. So I just chose to say it in a way that sounded related, it was related to what I had said,
Uh-huh.
okay? But it was the way I said it, and I pulled it together, and I paced my speech, and I made it sound like an ending. Okay?
Okay.
So you're not always going to remember in impromptu speaking what you just said. You're just not. So let me ask you another one, okay?
Okay.
What are the benefits of having children? Here you go.
It's wonderful to have children. I love the 4 kids that I have. They're just beautiful kids. They really fill out our lives. They give us so many things that we wouldn't be doing otherwise or experiencing, and we find that we grow with them. So it's wonderful having children.
Good. How was that?
Oh, good.
It was very good.
Oh, thanks.
It was very good. Again, you said something meaningful in the middle. You didn't just say, oh, it's wonderful to have kids.
Uh-huh.
It's not enough of a response, is it?
No.
No.
Right. Right.
Why?
Okay.
Why is it wonderful to have kids? I don't think it's wonderful to have kids.
Right.
Maybe you can show me that you think it is wonderful, right? So I want to apply this back to the real world for you and take it into some questions you might get in the training room or questions that you might get in general in the workplace, okay? So I'm going to put you in the hot spot over there, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to ask you some questions. We're going to see how you do. Yeah?
Right.
Okay, let's do that.
Right.
So we're in the hallway, and I say to you, oh, hey, I was thinking of getting involved here at the training fund, and I was just wondering what's in it for me?
Well, the training fund is a great opportunity for you. We have over 100 free classes. The classes cover industry and academic, and it prepares you in your job and prepares you so that you could move up. So it's a great opportunity for you.
Nice.
Okay.
Clean, right?
Okay.
I really like that you talked about, it's a great opportunity, and you gave me very clear reasons. So you have a list, and then you told me again. So I'm gonna take the opportunity
Great.
because there's
Okay.
3 different reasons that you set up for me. So I have another question for you.
Sure.
I heard about green building training, but is it really worthwhile?
Green building training is definitely worthwhile. It prepares you for a changing world. It's no longer a matter of just being a building operator. Now the equipment's getting smarter. And you're expected to make it more efficient. And on top of that, it's going to get more sophisticated with the systems in the building. So green building training is a great opportunity for you.
Okay. All right, good. Why? Why are you going like that?
Because I didn't keep the same theme. I
Okay.
didn't really sandwich, and I forgot what my first one was.
Okay,
I'm not
and-
sure why.
And also, because you repeated after me that this is very worthwhile. So,
I
right?
see.
And then at the end you said opportunity. But again, you don't have to use the same words as
Okay.
long as it communicates the same message.
The same
but,
message,
But
right.
I will ask you this. What were you doing in the middle? Do you know?
Too many ideas? I don't know.
Well, to me, it seemed like a combination. It seemed like a combination of some list
Yeah.
and kind of a story about the evolution and
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
cleaning is going, or
Yeah.
green buildings.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure, and I got a little lost in the middle. Do you want to try one more?
Sure.
All right. So here I am. I've heard a lot about green building training, but do I really need to do something like that for my career?
Absolutely. Green building training can help you move ahead in your career. I'll give you an example. There was a forum that I went to, and I stood up and I talked about green building training, and the woman who headed up this forum came up to me later and thanked me for the training and said that she'd gone to a building where one of our supers got trained, and he actually ended up helping her present her proposal for upgrading the building to the board when she was done, because he was doing the training while she was working on the project. So it really can prepare you for what's happening in your building, the changing world that you're working in, and it's a good chance to move ahead.
Nice.
Thanks.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Because what you did at the end that was so nice was you got back to the point about how you can get ahead in your career, but look at these other things it did too. So you were very natural in telling the story and then tying it back to how it's good for getting ahead in your career. Nice job.
Okay, thank you.
Very nice
Thanks.
job. So you see where we're going with this.
I do. And it's funny, when I get closer to the things I'm more familiar with, I feel like I fumble with it more. But maybe it's more a matter of practice. I don't.
It is. It's a matter of practice and remembering the structure of the message, because you have good examples. You have the 1, 2, 3, you have the little anecdotes. So those are right there in the tip of your tongue. So that's easy. I like the way those are coming out. So, but I just want you to, think about, how am I sandwiching what I'm saying? Okay, well, good. Well, come sit down and let's just do one quick review on what we talked about today. All right, so our topic today was to talk about organizing the message and specifically looking at the impromptu message. Were we successful in doing that?
Yes.
Okay, and what did you learn specifically?
Specifically to sandwich the message between themes and to develop a theme, the main point I want to get across, and different techniques to elaborate on the theme and then to repeat the theme at the end.
Okay, all right, good. So our goals, our objectives were to develop impromptu speaking techniques. Do you think you were successful in doing that today?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Especially when we were over there, it came a little easier, right?
Yeah.
Different strategies. And then we used that headlining or sandwiching or theme, however you want to think about it, to start and finish your response. I said once you get good at it, you can throw pieces away, but you have to understand the structure and get good at it first. And finally, we wanted to make sure that in between the headlines, you're going to give a meaningful response. And I think that you did that successfully by giving examples, okay?
Great.
Sharing personal stories. How can you use this in a training room, in your teaching?
It can prepare me for the different questions that come up in a classroom, to the point where I can be very efficient about answering questions, and I can, make good use of questions that come up.
That's good. And efficiency is important in the classroom, isn't it?
It's extremely important because of the limited time that you have, and not just the limited time, but the limited attention.
So being efficient, being creative, coming up with anecdotes, examples, lists, changing it up, right?
Right.
Is going to really grab the attention of your class.
Well, and it would help if we're varking up the class, if we're combining activities and breaking up the routine, so it's not just passive learning, but also being more creative in terms of how to answer the questions. I mean, it could definitely help.
Okay, good.
Thanks.
Thank you.